Anytime there's sexual tension.
What about a lisp? Anytime, what's his face really lisps. Dustin, yeah.
Anytime Rudy says something like quintessential 80s corny.
Yeah.
I wish we talked about this in the podcast.
Kiddo, buddy, sport,
Okay.
gee whiz.
Anything else?
What about Hopper? What does he do a lot? Anytime he smokes.
Anytime they talk about how annoying Jews are.
What?
Just a joke. All right, we just finished watching episode. What's that? 8? 8. Hot.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Hot fire. Hot fire. I think that, I understand why they have to leave us as the little cliffhanger, but I think Mike should have went in for that besito. At least wiped away the blood from the nose. That nostril blood had to go. Mike should have stepped in. A hug. Minimum a hug. All they had is like a half smirk, but episode 8 really made up for that trash episode 7. Like, they let us know exactly what they could do. It felt like when you disappoint a girl and, maybe prematurely orgasm, like the next time you go down on her, like the effort that you put into... You guys are looking at me like, well, I've never done that at all. I have sex with prostitutes. I don't concern myself with these orgasm things. But anyway, I thought they went the fuck in. I thought it was beautiful, fellas.
But isn't that makes the episode that much better is that they ramped it so far down in the last episode. So that they knew this was the best episode. So they were like, okay, really intense cliffhanger. We're going to do a little bridge episode, cool you down. And then immediately from the onset, they dropped the hammer on this one.
Interesting.
Right?
So you're saying that we wouldn't have liked it as much?
Yo, it's like an EDM song, right? You gotta sometimes you gotta then you take the beat down low and then the beat builds, right? And then it drops, and that was the beat drop, right?
Yeah, but
there.
we went from a
That was the
ballad.
beat
We went
drop.
from a ballad to an EDM song. We
Yeah.
went from like a fucking.
It's fun though.
Oh, no.
The Calvin
I wouldn't
Harris
even consider
remix.
it
But here's the
music,
problem.
episode 7. That was just a homeless
Episode
person
6,
screaming.
the beat was building.
Yo, so you
Then
didn't take the
episode
beat
7,
back.
they really just
Son, there was no
brought
beat in
it
episode
down.
7. Don't call that a beat.
and then
That's disrespect.
Thing is, this episode it just jumped right into it. Like the first scene is the Demogorgon just jumping.
Yeah.
Like
You could go right
That was
to,
the
like
beat
we
drop.
said, you could skip episodes and be in the same page.
If anybody's listening to this before they watch it,
Don't watch.
don't watch episode 7. Just go 6 to 8, and then watch the rest of the series and tell us if you feel like you missed anything. I really think they're not going to miss anything,
the
bro.
only thing I'm missing is why does 11 look like that when she walks in? The crib at the end?
Swaggy? Because that's what happens when you go to the big city. You get out of
But
this
you
little
wouldn't know
suburban
that.
shit.
You wouldn't know
Anyway,
that.
by
Fam,
the
look
way-
at all the swag you got when you moved to New York. Look, Hannie,
think
look
you
at
had
the
this
swag
watch?
that you got.
Swag.
Much more
You didn't have this watch in Rhode Island.
Come on, bro. You guys weren't wearing what you got on right now?
Ultra Boost.
You ain't
I got
weren't wearing
some-
Ultra Boost in Pennsylvania. You were wearing some fucking knockoff Timberlands. You were wearing Uggs.
Pure players.
You were with a South Pole bubble.
Yeah. Lug boots and a Triple H bubble jacket.
Hot fire.
Shabazz Brothers copper
fire.
jeans.
Mecca.
Yo,
All right.
There's so much
R.I.P.
Mecca.
Let's go back from the
So
jump.
much
Let's start
Mecca.
from the jump. All right. First, do you guys remember what happened in the beginning? This shit
Yeah.
is all
The
molded.
Beginning
right out
was
from the
your
beginning.
boy Billy was there too, right?
Who?
Billy?
Billy Sunshine.
No, Billy Sunshine
Nah.
wasn't a beginning. The beginning was
Nah, nah.
the Morgan was coming up.
Demagogues
Oh,
come
yeah,
up
yeah,
on
yeah.
Riser. He's like, they
Demagogue.
can't get through. They break right through.
That's right.
All of a sudden, they got to get out of the building. Everybody converges.
Oh, Rudy goes.
R.I.P. Rudy.
Rudy.
Is a hero, son.
R.I.P.
hero.
Rudy. He's not a bad guy.
We
He
were
ends
wrong.
up-
We were wrong
we were
the
wrong.
whole day.
Except for me.
Fuck off. You were wrong.
I didn't believe Rudy was a bad guy. At no point did I think Rudy was a bad guy.
Okay, do you guys believe this? I feel like we were all in on the Rudy
Bro,
the bad
I'm
guy
so
thing.
far removed from what we've said in the beginning.
Like,
I
I-
don't
Yo,
know
it's
what's
on.
going
It's on.
We're
record.
different
It's
men.
on record.
It
We
was
leave
different.
this
It was-
place changed.
It was only
I'm
10
like
hours ago,
7
but it feels
Corona
like it
extras
feels like a
deep right
lifetime
now.
ago.
I have no clue what's happening.
We did make a drinking game out of it too. We should talk about.
Oh
that.
yeah, we'll get into that. But the reality is,
Anyway,
yeah.
graphic death for Rudy.
Oh, Rudy
graphic
went
death
out.
for
He was like twitching as they
I
were
know.
like picking.
They
shit
went
off him.
full hickey on him.
Who said it was like a buffalo carcass?
I said he looked like a buffalo carcass because they were feeding on him. Have you ever seen that in like those National Geographic like
David Attenborough's narrating it.
yeah,
He's like,
the
and here we
vultures
have
pecking at it?
Samwise Gamgee getting ripped to
Samwise
shreds.
the ring can't help you now, Sam.
Frodo is nowhere to be seen.
Anyway, so he was out, but he did it in a brave way. All right.
Yo, but he left the gun behind. Ultimately, his.
Yeah, but the gun wasn't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, but you know what? He was kind of a.
So the question is all right.
all empty.
What? Yeah, because we're going through. He's polishing off.
You
My
guys
man was
are
saying mad
savages.
80s shit. So we had a drinking game that Jack made up that anytime Rudy said some 80s shit, we had to drink. And my man had only 80s lines.
Literally
Every
up
line
until
was,
he
"I'll
died.
get there in a jiffy." All right, let's go.
He brought back the
Easy peasy. We're like,
Easy,
oh,
yeah,
shit.
done. I'm alcoholic.
Anytime they said Demi Gordon, you guys drank?
Yep,
But
and
did they
anytime
say
they, and then
Demogorgon?
and then a shot in the dark, you were like, anytime they talk about Jews, and all of a sudden they make the Nazi reference, we had to.
First of all, I never said that. I don't know what you guys are making up. You guys are completely making.
You
this
said
thing up.
that.
You guys are completely making these things up. I don't know what's going on. No, I sarcastically go. I'm thinking, what would they not talk about at all? Let me make a joke. All right, if they talk about Jews, then we'll do it. And then you guys are like, what? What's going on? And of course, fucking Stevie white supremacy out of nowhere just goes, oh yeah, the Germans are the supreme race, right?
We're like, should we drink?
Do we cheers to this?
This is weird. What else?
Is Reiser dead or alive?
I think they wouldn't just get rid of Reiser without alluding to the fact that he was dead.
Let me just put this out there, Reiser, you're my boy. You know this. If they don't give you a proper death,
No,
I'm not watching season 3. Yo.
No. What if he comes back season 3? His character is not dead.
I just want to make sure because they left him in the hospital or whatever it was, the CIA headquarters. They didn't discuss what happened to him, but they did say one line: everybody who's in the CIA headquarters is now dead.
He says, I think.
He said, "I think that."
Yes.
Okay, then
Reiser's
fine.
not dead.
He's not
Reiser's
dead.
alive.
Reiser's good. Reiser
Reiser's
found a
not
way
dead.
out.
Too
Also,
too
shouts
smart
to
for it.
Reiser.
Yep.
They go through like the fucking intervention with Will, going around in circles telling stories.
Has Will always known Morse code?
See, I thought 11 was the one who knew Morse code because she had to communicate with Hopper. I didn't know. I guess maybe the kids learned Morse code as like a fun way of communication.
I feel like they know.
Was that season
I feel
1
they know
maybe?
that type
Like
of
people in
shit.
the 80s knew Morse code.
No, I just feel like those kids. I feel like those
That was
kids are
their
dorks
texting?
and they know Morse code. Is it Morse or Morris?
Morse.
Morse.
Morris.
Morse.
Morris.
No, it's Morse.
Morse.
It's Dermagargan.
San Diegans.
San Diego.
San Diegans.
Yeah.
San Diegans.
San-
Is it Morse code? You got to learn Morse code, right? And do you know Morse code?
I do not know Morse.
Wait,
didn't
you were
have
in
to
the
learn it
Army
in the-
for
I was
years.
in the Marines.
Field of battle.
You're in the Marines, and they don't use any Morse code?
It's 2017.
It's 2017.
They did. They
No.
stepped
So
their
what
game
you,
up.
what you got, group chat?
My comms go down.
Pigeon,
Right?
pigeon clapping.
Comms go down. You pull out the iPhone. FaceTime.
Fine, I'll do data roaming.
Over
Fine.
You get the courtesy text that your data plan's over $100.
One text, it's
Did
like,
you roll to $10 a day? Yes, I want the $10 a day.
Even LeBron would do.
we
data
have enemy
roaming in
fire, AT&T. Give me the texting ability.
Yo, so the opening scene I want to talk about was with Billy Sunshine, and
That wasn't opening
wasn't open. That was like
scene,
half
fam.
no, not
the
the opening
episode,
scene,
bro.
but in the beginning of the episode.
That was your favorite scene.
No, I
You
just
love the dad.
Yo,
I just
son.
don't know between this and like it, right?
Okay.
We saw these examples. Like, is this what like millennials think is like bad parenting? Because that to me that was like,
Nowadays,
good parenting.
yes.
First of all, this is really funny. Let's set this up. The scene is Billy Sunshine. We're calling him that because the guy from Remember the
Remember the
Titans,
Titans, yeah.
who was
That's
also
why- that's
sweet,
exactly where it came
who was
from.
also sweet, was
got a
also from
cannon arm.
California, had a cannon,
Cannon
but
arm.
also took some cannons, and that's why they called him Billy Sunshine. Now. He is in a room spritzing himself up. He's putting cologne on his balls.
Yo,
and all
he
that
took
kind of
one
stuff.
strand of hair and sprayed
He
it.
did a
and
little flick.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Pop Dukes comes in. He disrespects Pop Dukes.
Mad disrespectful.
Mad disrespectful.
to
Like, popped
Pop
off
Duke's
at the mouth, fam.
now wife.
So his new wife is there, and then her daughter is Max
missing.
and disrespects Max right in front of Pops. Pops goes up, slaps him. Then what happens?
And then he tells him to apologize. Tell him to apologize. Just say you're sorry.
Reasonable.
Why would you hurt her feelings like that intentionally?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
No. This is let's finish the story.
And he takes he demands respect from his son, who's still a child in the eyes of the law.
all he says is I demand respect, which I think is reasonable.
Reasonable.
Slaps him,
Open
puts
hand.
him up against his
Open hand
First of all,
slap.
They didn't duff him or anything like that.
Open hand.
Open hands up. Very, very, very timid. The wife is like, he's okay. He goes, no, he needs to learn respect. Right? Very important. I think I remember my father saying things like that. This is
yeah.
reasonable.
Did he hit you?
Did my father hit me?
I could have open hander.
Punch you? What do you do?
My
Punch you in the
mom
face?
duffed
No,
me out one
I
time.
could have
She
open.
snuffed
I could have
me.
open
My mom
handed
snuffed-
Here's what I'm saying.
on the
But
back
real
of the
quick,
head.
just to finish the scenario, hits him,
Hits him,
and then tells him, "Hey, you need to take responsibility for your actions."
and you need to go find your fucking sister.
I think you bring up a great point,
Effective.
which is they use this as a way to demonstrate a bad parent, yet
Good parenting.
great parenting.
Effective
I beg to differ.
parenting.
Effective parenting.
I beg to differ.
Notice you are the youngest.
You are
in the
the
group.
youngest.
You are the. You might
are
have
the
a
youngest.
millennial mindset about the parenting, but go. We want to hear it.
So you're saying all you guys were hit?
Of course.
As
First of all, it's also different, like hitting a 4-year-old and hitting like your 17-year-old son who's being
You're saying all you
wild
guys are hit.
disrespectful.
Hold on. First of all, I would never disrespect my parents like that.
Sure.
I would
But
never
now-
do that.
You don't
Now
think
that's
that this
a
guy
kid.
is acting the way he is? He's a fucking dick
Yeah.
to his sister, to his stepsister,
Yeah.
whatever, to everyone around him.
Yeah.
You don't think he's acting like that because he gets hit by his father?
No.
I think he's acting like this is 1984 and he can't get stuffed the way that he wants to get stuffed.
Yeah.
It's only acting out for angst.
I think
His dad only hit him once, right? It wasn't like a repeated like.
And it was a
No,
reaction.
but you know that the dynamic is
It
that
was-
he's been hit a lot by his dad.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think that has to take a toll on his mental,
I think based on the evidence, I'm not drawing that conclusion. That
Can I say
Listen,
one point?
Don't
here?
hate your kid all the time, but every now and then,
Words
a
of wisdom by
every
Hannie
now
Sullivan.
and then a backhand
Don't hit
is
your
needed.
kid all the time.
A backhand is needed.
we can all agree that you shouldn't hit your kid
All the time.
We
All
can
the
all
time is
agree on
excessive.
that.
That's an excessive
that's the
amount to
middle
beat your
ground.
kid.
That's the middle ground.
I'm
But
saying never.
every now and again, I think is completely reasonable. In that circumstance, disrespected
Totally
him,
disrespect-
disrespect your wife.
Based on what we know.
And realistically, he's hitting him so that he respects his sister, who probably already feels uncomfortable.
Also, that
the
kid's
abuse
18.
ends in the opposite.
Jack,
effect.
you got a very cuck mentality when it comes to this situation
Listen,
right here, son.
I'm saying don't hit your kids. That's all I'm saying.
Son, a little. We're not saying Haney. How often?
Open
when
hand.
needed,
When needed.
not all the time.
When needed.
When needed,
No. I'm saying that.
ration out the abuse.
I think he would be a nicer human being if he didn't have this complex by being beat by his dad.
We're dealing in conjecture. You think that he may get hit all the time because he got hit in this
Yeah.
one instance.
You can tell immediately the way he's scared of his dad.
He's
That
only
happens.
getting hit because he wouldn't listen to anything else. You think a dad
He's only
couldn't
getting hit
wait
because
to
he
hit him?
deserved to get hit.
He
in that
deserved to get hit.
situation.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, if his dad punched him in the stomach, closed fist, I'd be completely okay with that. Wow. He pushed him up
Gunshots.
against the closet. First of all, I think he should get punched for having that haircut and dressing that way. The kid is 16 years old or 17 years old.
He's home.
buttoning
He's lifting all the time too. It's a fair fight.
What if he is
two-
gay?
Say again. Yeah.
What if he is gay, like our theory?
You can't hit him for being gay.
And
Can't
the
for being
dad's
gay.
taking that out on him. We don't
No,
know.
that's wrong.
That's fucked up.
That's
some
fucked
American
up.
Beauty shit. That's fucked up.
Yeah, no, that's completely wrong. You got to love him for being gay, but
That's
if
the
you
line
just,
between Chris Cooper and not Chris Cooper is what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
all I'm saying is you're buttoning 2 buttons in a button-down shirt. Okay, you're putting cologne on your testicles. You are putting cologne on
You
your
have a
testicles.
poster of a woman on your thing, but really underneath it is a poster of
a dude.
What's home? George Michael.
Yeah, George
Yeah.
Michael. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And you know what I mean? There's a lot of things going on here that warrant getting slapped the fuck out of.
I will say I don't think the writers put it in the show
Yeah.
to show that the dad is a good dad. I think they put it in the show to show why this guy is a dad.
That's my
Marco's
point.
yeah.
That's my
Explain.
point. Is that people would see that and say like, "Oh, what the stick? Like, can you believe
That's what I'm
this?"
saying.
But like from my perspective, just that, from what we know, just that, not like
In a vacuum.
in a vacuum. That is good parenting. Like that's how you're supposed to act.
What Marco's saying is this speaks volumes about how millennials feel about
Sure,
parenting.
and I'm a millennial, so
Right.
this is
Exactly.
I'm coming
what we're
right
talking
at you.
Whereas,
Come at me, bro.
Come
at me.
So whereas like we might see it and go, I think that's effective parenting.
Sure.
If my dad saw that, he'd be like, God, I wish my dad only did that.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
my dad too. Yeah.
You know. So I think you make a good point. I think these millennials are pussies.
I think we're actually making your point by having this discussion.
I think
didn't
a
realize-
real.
I always think that we're all the same age, but you guys are a little older, so.
You want to know some real
Damn,
shit?
that was like a quiet shot at us for like being
Yeah.
way less mature than we should be for our age.
That's not about mature. It's just generation.
No, we are less mature. We're sitting
are,
here drinking
yeah.
Corona Extra on a Friday night. We gave up a whole day to
fuck's
watch
wrong with
Stranger
that?
Things. We gave up a day of work.
Yeah.
Hey,
These guys
listen.
have real jobs. these guys called their boss and say, I can't make it Friday. Why? I got to watch 14 hours of television and record podcasts in between. Oh, yeah. We're also going to eat some mozzarella sticks. I think, yeah, that's also going to happen. Yeah. There will be some apple crisps there as well. Okay. I'll see you on Monday. Thank you. Text me if you need anything. No, we're immature. I think
Hey,
that's fine.
listen,
fine.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. Okay. So much happened this
There was
episode.
one more thing I wanted to talk about.
Tons.
Oh, the cuck flip. Do we wanna
cuck
talk
flip.
about the cuck
Cuck
flip?
flip.
Bro,
Cuck flip.
what a call. What a call, Marco.
So
Cuck flip.
Nancy and I keep forgetting the guy's name. John.
Steve.
Pull up.
Oh, it's Steve in real
They're
life.
standing outside Hawkins' lab. You hear some ruffling in the woods. Out comes Steve. Bang. Steve face to face
With John and Nancy.
Cuck got flipped.
Cuck got
Hold
flipped.
this cuck.
Hold that
And
shit.
what we know is there was at least an intense makeout scene with heavy dry humping. We can
No,
imagine
he
that
got it in.
there was
He
raw,
rawed it.
no condom sex.
He
that
rawed
also
it.
took
Let me
place.
tell you something.
We know he got it in.
He rawed it. Sushi bar pulled out. Wasabi, bro. That's what happened. No, real talk. No. My man pulled out, and the Russian watched the whole thing on his 17
have been
8-inch TVs.
an epic-
So my man had no big
epic-
screen. He had 8-inch TVs, 14 of them stacked on top
It was like
of
an
each other.
epic nut too.
that
You
guy-
know there was a roar involved. Like,
It was the first time in his life he's made sound, right? Yo, my man has been whispering for 14 straight episodes. 14 straight episodes. No, it wasn't even that loud. He was just like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Weirdest thing about this whole show would be
Yeah.
if we never see that character again, the guy who got him drunk and then let him
Fam,
fucking.
he's
fight.
coming right back.
Imagine if he just never came back and that was left at that.
He's coming right back when the Russians are coming for it. It's going to be real shit. But he did reverse the cuck. I thought Steve, Steve is his name? Steve handled being cucked incredibly well.
I mean, Steve knows he could, he knows that.
he knows, but he doesn't know.
Yeah, but Steve also knows that if he takes the L, he can bounce back.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
You're saying like Steve
Yeah.
knows he can get laid and he knows that John won't. But he loves Shorty.
He does love Shorty. He
thinks he
doesn't
loves
fully
Shorty.
know. He's in like, nah, it ain't happening mode. He's in like Carl Thomas, like I don't want.
Yo, but she's
Mario
flipping it.
Winans, I don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
He's in that mode, yeah.
If you want it, put it on the low. Sing it, Marco.
That's like the third best Carl Thomas song.
That was Mario Winans. I messed it up. on the
Yeah, I
beginning.
know that wasn't.
Oh,
cool.
Mario Winans with the nostrils. I saw his video.
When he finds out, then he goes to Carl Thomas. I wish I never met her. Yeah,
Okay, but can we acknowledge Mario Winans' nostrils?
yeah, great nostrils, almost as good as mine.
Yo, you got
Son,
some nostrils on you. You got
Your
heavy
nostrils. Yo, your nostrils are so small. Your nostrils look high compared to his nostrils. Like, that's how big his nostrils are. There's not a shot in the whole video where you can't see straight up to his brain. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I watched the video the other day. I was watching the video and I literally was like, this guy's getting all the air. Like,
Why were you
My
watching
man
the
is
video the other day?
My man, it came up on something I was watching, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I remember this guy, Mario Winans or whatever like that." And then like he turned and like went like this, and he took some of my breath through the TV. That's how it felt with those fucking nostrils. Son. He took one, he went like this, and then I was like, like I felt like honestly, I felt like Will, bro. I felt like Will. That's how I felt.
Look into my nose.
Easy, easy, dog. All right.
What
Anything else?
So where did we leave off? So yeah, they escaped out the lab. Great,
Yep.
got back to the crib. Will's still being a dick, giving the Morse code.
Lucas and big was the
Ginge?
No. Lucas
Oh,
and
they're
and,
all surrounding him.
Dustin.
Oh, Lucas
Lucas and Dustin seem to have patched it up.
patch it up. First of all, Lucas is a boss. I love
Lucas
this
is-
character.
is
Lucas-
He's
MVP.
never been wrong. He's okay. First of all, he's never been wrong in either season. He's never broken the code
The bro code.
in either season about not lying. Right? He told one fib to Shorty, but she's not really in the crew.
He's got the
Also
best
hasn't
family.
He's
got
got
the best family.
Best family.
best family unit for
Sisters
some
the
The
reason.
best.
dad.
Sister's
Remember the
the
dad?
best.
The brief
Dad.
moment with the dad.
Oh, great,
Yeah.
classic. Your
The
mom's
sister.
never wrong.
The mom.
I mean, his dad's kind of a pussy. Let's be honest.
hey, listen, but he plays.
But he was like, "Your mom's never wrong."
Give him like
But he
the,
gave him a
Yeah,
wink.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
like,
Gave him the
I be
wink.
fucking pros. I be fucking pros on the low, on the regular.
Yo, I
on my
want
level.
Lucas to get his own show.
I mean, the kid's gonna have a career.
He's
But his
just a-
character is the dopest.
Yeah.
Like he's not confined to his racial identity with the Venkman shit, right? He's
love
gonna go
that.
out, dude. It's
You
just
love
a
the
boss
cross-racial
move.
comparisons. Yeah.
I just love the boss move of like the writers doing it. It's just
Yeah, it was fun.
it was funny, but it was also dope. It was like, why should some young kid be forced to only be characters of his like race? Do you know what I mean? Like it was like every Asian girl got to be.
They could have
Chung-
easily
Chung
had
Li
just
for
gone
Halloween.
along with it, but they called it out. They called it out on themselves.
It was dope. It was dope. Anyway, so he's the only one who's maintained the code the whole fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna get the cute redhead.
Yep.
Dustin's
Lucas.
getting cucked.
Lucas big come up this season.
Say what?
Yeah,
big come up
Lucas.
this whole
Lucas
season.
Huge
trending.
come
Yeah.
up. Huge come up. Funny sister. Let's see more of her in the seasons to come.
At the beginning of the day, we were calling him the black kid, and now we're calling him Lucas St. Clair.
Facts.
Listen,
Yo, he earned a whole
He
name.
earned it,
I
yeah.
don't know anyone else's last name. I know Lucas.
I know
last
Byers.
name.
Lucas Sinclair.
That's it. Now here's the question:
And
why
Will
have
Byers.
none of them called their home?
That's 50%.
Well, we know that Mike's parents aren't doing shit. Last time we saw Mike's parents, they're like, "What are you guys doing?"
Oh yeah, my
Where's
dad is
everybody at?
totally checked out. Classic, like
That guy's
Yo,
the
they
best.
got, and they were
That guy's the best.
They got a lot of screen time in season 1. Right?
Yeah.
'Cause 11 was like
They're
in the
just
house.
ignorant parents.
They were always there, but
He
yeah,
don't
ignorant
give a
parents.
fuck, and he's the best for it.
yeah.
And then what other parents do we know about? We know.
not
we
gonna
know.
lie.
We know Dustin's mom is still looking for the cat. Dustin was like, "Go find the cat," and then he's like, "All right, let's do all this shit." She's like, "Mew mew,
That's
mew
right.
mew."
He hasn't stopped. Just straight manipulating his mom.
Yeah. What other parents?
Yo, there's something to be said about how like absentee parents kind of create very independent kids. Like none of these kids have hovering parents, and all of a sudden they're very well.
Yeah, but they're
Guys,
learning
I'll
through
say-
like the harshest
Yo, I'll
circumstances.
say-
Yeah, every once in a while an alien force
everyone I know,
comes.
his parents weren't like the most involved. Kids are independent. Kids are also fucked up. And
Yeah.
Kids are also like a little, they have some issues.
Mhm.
So,
I mean, these
ra-
kids got a little issues.
Well, they're all gonna have issues
Yeah.
after a second time
they,
around
they
on this
fought
shit.
other dimension monsters.
Sure, but I'm saying Dustin's mom isn't trying to hook him up with like braces or nothing like like you figured that he might be more involved.
Dustin's mom cares more about the cat than she cares about Dustin.
That's what
gotta
I'm
fuck him
saying.
up.
Like, she's like, where's his cat? He's like, where are my bottom teeth? Like, where do we find those?
They've been missing for 2 seasons.
Two
though.
seasons.
No, he
I
has him
get
back,
up-
right?
Say what?
He has him back in
He
this
got a
season.
few, but it's pebbly.
It's because he's got the
Heavily.
cranial dysplasia.
Say what?
Cranial dysplasia. Is
But
that
that's
what it's
real or that's in the show?
called? No, it's real. He has it in real life, and they wrote it into the show in season 1.
It
He
was
gets-
so
funny.
I'm just making fun of a kid who got a real disease right now.
yeah, it's when part
You
of
want
your
to tap me in the beginning of my roasting session when I
No, I was
make fun
gonna
of
let
a
you
fucking
finish.
9-year-old who's got no teeth for some reason?
I was gonna let you finish, but
Jesus,
no,
my
it's,
bad, Dustin.
It's when you have an
With your
underdeveloped part,
fucked up teeth.
you have an underdeveloped part of your skull that blocks certain growth, and I think it seemed to happen around his teeth or his
shit
jaw.
look full.
But
Is the skull?
He'll be fine.
I think he's better for it. He wouldn't be as memorable of a character if he didn't
Facts.
have that. So
Anything else that we miss? I mean, fire episode. I think maybe my favorite episode.
It's got to be.
That was the best episode, maybe of season 1 or season 2.
Oof.
Eh.
Good call. Good call.
Yo, beginning
possibly.
to end, locked in.
great.
Son.
Locked in.
Beast.
Beginning to end.
All right, let's see what we got. We're going into the final fucking episode. We
Any-
made it.
Yo, should we do a little
Prediction?
I think predictions. I
All
think
right,
that's
let's
hot.
do it.
Yeah. All right, Jack, you start off with some. You're 0 for 14 today. Start us off. Let's go.
Man, I'm trying to get a W in here. What do we
Better
got?
stick
All
to
right.
your Will is dying shit. You better stick to that.
Will's gonna die. Will's not making it. Riser's gonna show up at some point. The sister, 008, gonna show up at the last minute and help him out.
Ooh.
But ultimately, they're gonna, what do you think's gonna happen? They're not gonna lose. They're gonna end up beating this for the time being, and then next season there's gonna be some crazy shit that goes down. But I think Will, sister coming back, Riser.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to say we won't see Riser or the sister back this year.
Okay.
I think it's mostly going to be a heavy 11 episode where she's doing ill shit and protecting everyone.
Boss work.
For
And
sure.
then that's going to roll into next year. She's going to hold down the fort, and then that's going to be some sort of cliffhanger.
Okay.
And
Okay.
we'll go from there.
11 saves the day.
Okay.
They don't kill Will. I stand by. You will see Riser again, and you'll see him talking to Matthew Modine
Today.
In this episode.
in
As
this
the
last
final out.
episode.
As the final out.
That's
That's a
probably
hot
the
take.
cliffhanger.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
I actually like that.
Riser, you'll see Riser again. He talks to Matthew.
I like
Modine.
that.
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie. That's
I'm gonna
a
hop
hot,
on Hannie's
That's a very
take
hot
there.
take. Okay.
Fuck
I say, okay. 11 comes through in the clutch. Starts just goes full beast mode. I think we do see 8. I think it would be too much of a waste of that first scene.
Why would they
to
start
lose
the
it.
entire season with that?
Yeah,
shit?
I think we do see 8, and I'll be honest. I think we see 8's buddies. I think she brings her like friends.
Those
as
guys
well.
suck.
I don't think so. I think just her.
Well, this is my take.
They'll probably, yo, she probably brings them, but but they're pointless.
So
You had your shot.
Yeah. So I think that the buddies come through with her. I think they help. I think we got 8 helping. I think there's an appearance from the woman that lives with the mom.
What?
The woman that
sister?
The woman that lives with
the
caretaker of the mom. I think there's an appearance with her, and I do think that we see Riser, because I think the battle is gonna go back to
the building.
the building, because that's where the hub is. That's where they're from, and I think they'll be in there, and then all of a sudden Riser will pop out in some way and maybe save them. And I think he makes it. I think Riser makes it.
I think that's why Riser didn't remember anything, because they just kind of left him on the hook, like he didn't even finish shooting yet.
Ah,
You know what I'm saying?
interesting.
He's like, yeah, I don't know what happened, because like they didn't call me back for after a while.
we don't
We'll
need to
catch
kill
you season 3. Like, oh, okay, that's weird.
When you say the caretaker, you mean of Eleven's mom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we might even see her. But then why would she
That's
leave?
11's sister. That's her aunt, though, right?
I thought that was her sister.
Isn't it like the mom's sister? I think that's 11's aunt.
Okay,
aunt.
yeah,
Snitch,
whatever.
whoever she
Aunt.
is.
Do you think the
Aunt
mom
Aunt.
comes back and helps them?
No, I think the mom has just got to be. That's,
Vegetable
now
state?
now it's a stretch because she can't really leave her. All right, so maybe she doesn't come, but I think that we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see a bunch of folks. Shall we?
Yep.
Last ep.
Let's do it.
All right.
I gotta pee.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right, we just finished it. That was episode 9 in the bag.
We did it, boys.
Dude, I never thought it would possibly happen in this series, but we saw a triple cuck flip.
Triple cuck.
The triple cuck flip happened.
How are you defining the triple cuck flip?
Oh, when Dustin danced with Shorty.
But
And she said, pull it
what's
in.
the triple?
No, and she said,
First
you were always
one-
my favorite of my
But
brother's
it was
friends.
a pity. It was a pity cuck.
A cuck
Hey,
is a
pity,
cuck.
pity cuck is still a cuck.
A cuck is a cuck.
Cuck is a cuck is a cuck is a cuck.
He didn't-
Realistically, though, we all
fam, he
agree
didn't
that
raw her, but he's not old enough yet. When he reaches age, you don't think that Dustin's taking that down? He's the favorite,
No, you think that was real?
fam. Fantasy and reality are mixed together in this series.
It is going to mess him up, though, in the long run, though, because then
That's
he's going
my
to think he's
question.
got it on the lockdown,
Okay,
and
it's
it's
a
not
little
going to
bit
happen.
of
Would you
a
think
pity
that would
thing for the
actually have
fat kid.
if you were in that situation? Do you think that would have actually impressed your classmates, or it would have been like, oh, this is like a pity dance?
I think at that age, you're so excited to dance with a girl, it wouldn't matter.
But I think
No,
Also,
no,
a lot of people
fair.
don't know that, like, that's his best friend's sister.
No, but one of you
True,
guys said
everyone knows.
Well,
It's a
everybody
small
knows
town.
best friend, but they also know that she's raw and getting rawed out by everybody. So
That's
they're
what
like,
I'm
all right,
saying,
if
yeah,
she
yeah.
got rawed out by Steve and she got rawed out by John, why wouldn't she get rawed out by Dustin?
I like how she went from, like, the class, like, goody
Prude.
two-shoe nerd to
the
the
class
whole
whore.
school.
Yeah.
Son,
Because she banged 2 boyfriends.
you just can't bang the 2 dudes that like save the world.
When you're in a small town, you can't bang 2 dudes.
You
period.
can't bang Superman and Batman.
gotta
That
be-
makes you a hoe.
Yeah. You could go Marvel or
Wow.
DC, but you can't bang 2 in DC and
You
2.
just can't bang the homies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just the one rule for a girl. If you bang the homies, you're going to get looked at as a hoe. And you know, she, not only is banging the homies, she's banging, you know, she's not banging, but she's making it look like it could go down with Dustin.
Do you remember your first slow dance?
I don't remember it. Do you?
I do remember it. I even remember the song.
What's the song?
Keith Sweat, Nobody.
Fuck yes.
Nobody.
Classic.
Right? Classic.
Classic.
I remember my first pity boner.
What?
I had a friend's
sorry, what?
older
Yeah.
sister.
What?
I had a friend's older sister that would like sit on my lap and shit, and she'd like kind of flirt with me. I had 2 friends older sisters.
So you
actually.
were Dustin.
How old were you?
I've gotten Dustin, and those boners were real. I didn't care if it was pity or not. And I think on some, how old was I? Middle school situation as well. Absolutely.
And they would sit on your lap and force you to get a bone.
They wouldn't
like
force
you were
me.
a fucking dog.
Ain't take much force, dog. It ain't take much
What?
force, bro. She would just sit on my lap, maybe grind
They
it
waited
back.
for the red thing to come out.
The red thing was popping, bro. It was popping, dude. It was full fledged. I had to throw it up on the tummy.
What was that song about the
You had
boner
to tuck it?
coming through?
I had to tuck, man. And I was in like basketball shorts. I knew she was feeling it. It would be summer. I worked at
How
this
old
pizza
was she?
shop. She was at least 5 years older. I mean, she
Why
was,
would she do that?
Because
Why
You
did-
was
why
assaulted.
did-
son, teachers
You were
fuck
sexually
kids.
assaulted.
Al, what happened, bro? What happened,
Those
bro?
things up.
Al
It's
started
not
eating a
big deal.
sandwich.
Yo,
and then
what is
the
your
shit
what
fell
is your
apart, son.
background?
What is my background?
That's the
Oh, I thought
Yosemite
this was
background.
Haney. I thought this was Haney's computer.
Oh, now,
No, if
now
his background-
It's only judgmental when it's Haney's
No,
computer.
if it was Haney's background, it'd be anonymous. It'd be a hacking
Oh,
group as his
yeah,
background.
yeah, you got your little community.
All right, so what do we think, guys?
I was just telling my
Let's go. Let's talk about the just final episode, and then we'll talk about the
final episode
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Flames.
Um,
Good.
Absolutely. We got double nosebleed. I didn't think we were going to get there.
Double fisted for the double nosebleed.
Double fisted, double jazz hands. It was real. She
It
went
was
double
alright.
jazz hands to double nosebleed, and she closed the portal, which we know is not exactly closed.
Yeah.
But you're upset by it.
I just feel a little like used. I feel a little bit like we got.
It was a little
played.
anticlimactic.
We got played a little bit. Like, what really happened this season? What really fucking happened?
Yeah, but like I feel like you knew that was gonna happen.
But that's why I'm let down a little bit because we started the season, we got into it, and we were like, you know what, it's not going to happen, and then ultimately it happened. What was the teaser?
You know what? It's go.
We got left with the same image that we saw in the fucking first episode and in the teaser, and
because the show ain't about the bad guy.
it's about the adventure. It's not about the
Exactly.
outcome.
Right.
It's about the quest. It's not about the
Exactly. So the show's just about growing up, right? It's just about some like don't lie to your friends,
Right.
Have the courage to go say hello to a girl, fall in love with the right person, not the one who everybody thinks is right. It's just some like how to be an adolescent shit that we all relate to because we're like, oh, I wish I asked girls to dance at the thing.
Yeah. I just wish there was a little more. You gotta.
You would like a bad guy. It's like with the Marvel movies, like all their bad guys suck.
Right.
So it's just like
Well,
I
they're
can't
all
remember a single Marvel bad. Loki is the only one.
Well, they're all carbon copies of each other. They're basically the same character every time, which
Boom.
is part of the problem. But there wasn't a real bad guy this season, which maybe is what I'm feeling. Like, we still don't know what the fuck that spider thing was, other than it just randomly went inside Will, and then Will became the bad guy for a couple episodes. But, like, we don't know what that was.
And that's season
That
3.
is an interesting, like, thing they did. Like, there's no villain.
And, like, I love that
There
Riser's...
was no human villain,
Right.
Yeah.
which was pretty interesting.
Was there a human villain last time?
It was Modine.
Brenner was the human
Brenner,
villain.
yeah.
What, and was he the actual villain though? No, they
Yeah.
still had
he
to
was
fight
using the kids to do this.
He was like the main bad guy. Yeah.
He
was the main
stole
villain.
the baby from the mother.
Yeah, that's foul.
I mean, right?
And he was the one who was making all this shit happen in the town originally.
Yo, they were walking around killing people looking for Seven.
Yeah.
Right. There was an actual bad guy. This time around, there wasn't.
Yeah.
We were all waiting for it, and it never happened. Or most
Yeah.
of you guys. But
Yeah. Why do you
whatever.
think there wasn't any?
I don't know. I think
know.
they just went too happy, and there was like the monsters enough. They did kind of villain by committee. Like the first couple episodes, you think Riser is the new Modine,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and then Will turns into like the bad guy, and then like they're kind of doing villain by committee.
Yo, we also did a whole season, and we still have like no real clarity on Billy Sunshine.
Well, that is.
We got the clarity. Not my type.
No,
I think he likes moms.
Nah,
think he's
fam.
straight.
Nah, he's gay. Not my type means he's gay. We're gonna see more of it next season, and I think he knows how to flirt with the mom to get what he wants.
Hey.
I think that's what. But anytime a dude goes not my type in a movie, why would you even say that? What you got a specific type at
Oh, that's
17?
probably true.
At 17 is whoever's willing to fuck. That's your type.
So I found
No, I
this out.
think maybe.
The casting call description for that character was:
Yeah.
he steals girlfriends away from their boyfriends, is great at drinking games, and drives a black Camaro.
Are these your notes, or is this a Reddit track hole again?
This is something.
This
I
is your
just read
notes. Oh, okay.
before.
Did you audition for this role? Hannie?
Yeah.
Do you have a secret life?
Hold on.
as
It's
an
weird though
actor?
because he drove a blue Camaro.
When he auditioned, his audition tape was himself dancing in a G-string.
No.
Son, was Weinstein at this
Wait,
audition?
wait. Are you serious?
This is what he chose to do on his own. He wasn't forced to do it. He thought he would be a little extra.
Does that not
Doing the
answer the
audition.
question right there?
Of what?
Whether he's gay or not?
No, he uses sex appeal. That doesn't mean he's gay.
Is that sexy?
Dancing in a G-string?
In the 80s.
Good point.
Right?
It was the 80s.
It was the
It
Let's
was
talk about the
80s.
fight. Him and Steve fight.
Yo, he won. He's in
mean-
better shape. He's in better physical condition. He's a bigger guy.
Yeah.
I have a hard time watching those kind. It happens all the time in movies and TV, but watching a guy just get
Pummeled while
Punched.
he's on
Do
the
One
floor.
not
after
like
another.
that. You,
Yeah, I
were,
don't like
you, were,
that.
you were not happy with that.
I don't like that.
can
I think you
confirm
gotta be a
that.
sociopath to do that in real life.
Yeah.
I just hate like a defenseless person. Like the fight should be over and the guy's just going like a maniac. I hate that shit.
Has that ever happened to you?
No, I mean no. But
If you ever got like in real life like hit like free like 8 times like that, you'd be
You'd die.
dead.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
there's a reason like that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
There's
You
no
gotta
one
be a
trying to catch a
psycho.
charge.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like, you must be a psycho to hit somebody after they're concussed.
Yeah. Like to give CTE.
Yeah.
Like, that's why. Like, if you drop someone and they're out, to jump on top and keep
You
on.
won.
Yeah.
You're celebrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look.
celebrating.
Yo, you go. Yo, send me that video.
Right?
Yeah, I want that.
World
I
star.
need that. Yeah, let them know.
All right, so we got Riser. He's staying around for another. They're gonna keep him around for the
Love
rest of the
the
show.
And he ended up being a good guy. So
He's
far.
gonna end up being like the team doctor who's gonna help him out with all this shit.
What was the paper that he gave?
It was the birth certificate for Jane, who is 11's real identity.
But I think it
But it
had,
said
I think
Hopper on
It
there.
said Hopper. It said
that
Jane
he's the
Hopper.
dad.
No, it wasn't a birth certificate. It was
Legal-
an
Social
adoption
Security card.
certificate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. Same thing.
And then he goes, wait what was
A
it?
Wait
year.
a year.
Wait a year.
I think it's wait a year to tell her that you're adopted.
But it's also wait a year for
So like
season 3.
so I think it was wait a year to.
But
bring her
he's
out
not
public.
telling
Wait a year
them
to
to
bring
wait a
her
year for
around.
season 3 in the fucking show.
But essentially, that's what he's saying. Like when we see these characters the next time
right,
in the
right.
season
That's
3.
that's like the deeper meaning. I'm saying
Yeah.
literally in that moment,
He's
what
saying wait a year to
information
bring
is
her
there.
around
Lay
because
low.
it's
He's saying
still
lay low.
hot. Like he's saying like.
But what's
listen,
hot?
We got.
No,
that
go
they're
to-
still, that they're still after her.
Who's after
after
her?
her?
Well, no, well, the
So
CIA
fucking
isn't around
whatever,
anymore.
Whatever organization.
Oh
that is.
no, I don't
No, but
think that's
Reiser gave her the birth certificate.
No, I think that's not it. I think wait a year is wait a year before you say you're her dad. Like let her become part of society. But the other argument is wait a year before you introduce her to
That's what
the
I'm saying.
school, etc. But I think she's going right to school.
Me too.
She's gonna
She
show
went
up.
to the dance, B. You're not gonna go to the dance
Also,
and make
no
out
one
with
else-
Mike.
no one
he
else-
went to the dance because he was like,
I got
well,
one
can
event.
She go out
No,
one
no, no.
night, and he
Yeah.
goes, "Well, what's one night?" And then they cut to the dance.
But
Wait,
regardless,
what?
That happened.
yeah.
regardless,
Like he asked, he was just like, I think you should wait here. He was just like, "Yo, can what about one night?"
Once you go to the dance, everybody in the school knows you. It's not like they don't know who Mike is. Mike is dancing with this, a girl. I'm not gonna say, cute girl, whatever like that. The other girls are gonna take notice. You know what I mean?
No one's paying attention to Mike. Like no one noticed that Mike was dancing with a girl.
You don't think girls are gonna know in a small ass town of Hawkins are gonna notice a brand new girl is just there?
I think she's gonna be reintroduced as. I think next season she's gonna show up as a new student, and then
show up as
half
Jane Hopper.
of it's gonna be
Yeah,
about her.
she's gonna be Jane Hopper, but
Yeah.
she's gonna be Jane Hopper.
but like I'm saying, like no one really knew what went down, but that immediate group.
Right.
So what's the point of holding her out a year? No,
That's
no
what-
one else in the town knows what happened.
So when Hopper sees Reiser and he's like, when he's wounded, he's just like, "Hey, she's gonna save your life, and then maybe you can help her out." So there aren't people after her trying to poke and prod her.
Right.
Like there's like people like the government still knows that she had these special powers,
all right,
and they
fine.
still want to like get her in containment.
But what I'm saying is, at the basic level, it's just a device to hold off until the next season.
No, we
Yo,
know that.
No,
get-
I know
I'm
that.
saying maybe
yeah,
there's not
yeah,
even
yeah.
a deeper reason.
Yeah.
We're trying to find a reason here. There's no more.
I'm not looking for a reason. I
organization.
want to know what he said to him. I want to know did he
did
say
that. He just wait a
you're
year.
her dad? Wait a year to tell her, or
No, I think
she's
it was-
part of the community now, or wait a year for her to be part. Does she got to go back in a cabin for a year?
No, I think
Like,
Hannie's right. I think it's wait a year before we.
You
introduce
tell her your dad.
Yeah. No, and bring her out.
Before you.
Nah, you're not putting her back in a
He
cabin for a
did say
year.
that comment about the one night though. He said, "I need one night. She needs one night."
to go out.
Son, once all the kids know about her, you might as well put her
Well,
out
again, that's not the whole thing.
there. Fine.
Those kids are not that bright.
Exhausted.
Those kids are not that bright. They've had like multiple
Okay.
cosmic events
Isn't-
happen in the neighborhood that they're unaware of.
And they're unaware of. And isn't this a great argument for why humans shouldn't be given all the
Oh,
information?
100%. Well, they
Don't tell me the
they
world's
hinted-
secrets.
They hinted that at the beginning with the press guy or the investigator.
Yes.
They wanted to water it down because people don't want the curtains.
Well,
pulled
one,
back.
they wouldn't believe this. They will believe the
Right.
watered down version. But even the watered down version, like, ignorance is bliss. That's what this whole show is. Everybody else in the neighborhood is living amazing. They don't know about Dermagorgons. They don't know about
They think nothing happens in this
Think nothing
town when
happened.
everything's happening.
I want that. I want ignorance is bliss. If there is aliens or there are aliens coming after us or there's like about to be war with North Korea, don't tell me. What am I going to do?
When do you
What-
want to know?
I don't.
Like I'm saying, like
Never.
So
Who killed
so-
JFK?
so
Whoever
this-
you tell me.
These just got released. All the documents about JFK. You don't
Yeah.
want to read them.
No. Who killed JFK?
They're not going to change the story.
Exactly. The documents are going to be
no,
doctored
but I'm
regardless.
talking about like if there's a like so if they know aliens are trying to come after us, right?
Yeah.
And they just don't tell us that. At what point do you want to know that the aliens are coming after us? Like when
When they
they're
show
about to
up.
come here?
Yeah.
You just want to look out when they're like, oh shit, aliens are here, and then be like, oh, by the way, guys, we had a fuck up and they're here now. That's what you want to know?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. What if they knew for a fact there was no heaven? Right.
Life
What if
was
somebody found
meaningless.
out life is
but that's not something you can prove. So people who believe that there's heaven are still going to be like,
I just gave you a hypothetical,
He
B.
gave you the hypothetical
There's
centered
proof,
around the fact that
son.
you know that there's nothing else.
What if proof comes out? They prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. There's no
But the
heaven.
people
How-
that- the
let me just
people-
finish the hypothetical and then you answer.
okay,
They proved that there's no heaven whatsoever. Nothing, no heaven. There's no way you could prove it. Right?
right.
What would you rather know that and live the rest of your meaningless life, or have them not tell you anything
Have me not told me anything.
and you get to go to fucking heaven until you don't?
Yo, no, I'm not disagreeing with you in that ignorance is bliss. I'm disagreeing. I was asking, when would you want to know? Like, at what point do you want the ignorance to cut off?
You
and
don't
to be
want to know.
informed? Never. You never want to know.
No.
You just want to ride that out.
Until they show up, until they can't hide it from me anymore.
That's it. Until it's at the doorstep. Until it's not at the door. Like, no.
So you don't want to know when there's like a terror threat until the terror threat.
What am I
is
gonna
here.
do regardless? Like, I'm stopping the
Okay.
terror.
Prevent it, maybe.
How?
If you have advanced warning of intel or whatever about what's going to
But
happen.
we're not getting intel, B. Like, we're talking about like. I'm talking about like, do we know some shit? There's no way that I can stop a nuclear weapon. So why are you gonna tell me? What are you gonna do if they're like, yo, there's a nuclear weapon coming? What you gonna do?
He's right.
I'm going to go out, get drunk.
You might as well just live the rest of your life. Watch, finish watching Stranger Things 2. Call your boy, make fun of him. Your knee is a little cranked up or what?
No, my entire leg fell asleep right now.
We're dropping like flies over here. I got a Charlie
I'm
horse.
moving it around, like I'm
Yeah.
trying to manipulate it, and it's dead to the world.
So, that's all I'm saying. I think
Fair.
ignorance is bliss. Who's gonna have a better rest of their life? These 8 people in the town that have experienced
Everybody
this
else.
situation, or everybody else?
Everybody else.
You're right.
And by the way, Will has it the worst by far. He just keeps getting fucking.
So Will is like Doug from The Hangover, right? Where he's just like
Just
yeah,
over
he's
and
just
over.
It's just over.
We're like, where the
Are
fuck
they-
is Doug?
And you
Are
don't
they-
really get to be a part of the fun.
Yo, that's great.
So
There you go.
like, when does this happen again in the 3rd season? Like,
gotta.
Will is,
I would say
It's
it has.
gonna.
Will
It's
is
gonna.
you
Same
said
Will?
the
I hate.
vessel for the monsters.
I hate that it is, but we have every reason to believe it is because that's what the fuck happens.
Yo, he
this
did a
whole
good,
season.
I thought he did a pretty good job acting. He has some like crazy.
They're all good actors. There's nothing against that. I just have some hangups with the overall season.
Fair. Which were?
There wasn't a lot that was new. It was a lot of the stuff that we talked about at the very beginning. It was a lot of rehashing the same shit.
What did you want it to be?
I wanted to take it into another level.
Right.
You know,
I felt like they.
I don't know what that means necessarily, but
I felt like
what?
they did though.
No, I agree.
no,
with
I
you.
mean, but
agree
all
with
I
you.
know is that we saw a bunch of the same fucking beasts. What was the big thing? We saw a bunch of demodogs that they called them. It's just basically the same thing as last year, just a bunch of little ones running around.
I thought they kind of advanced the story more, and I was pretty cool with it until the last episode. Last episode, it was just formulaic, just like last season.
Yeah, yeah.
There's still this cloud of mystery though. Like you still don't understand anything.
We still have no idea
You
what
just-
the
it's
fuck.
just this
Do we
thing
even know what
still.
any of this means? Like,
You're
what,
2 seasons
what
in,
the
you're
fuck
still
is this
two-
dimension?
it's
We
just
don't even
this
know
thing that's
anything about
happening.
this fucking giant thing that showed up. We don't know why it's there. We don't know what it wants. We don't know what the fuck is happening.
Well, we do know what it wants now.
What does
It's
it
a
want?
virus, right? And it believes it's a superior race, so it's just like.
Well, that's what they assumed from a board game, but we don't know if that's the real thing.
But that was like the plot line of Independence Day. Like I'm not
That's-
trying to see that
that's
again.
every-
But that's the thing. This show isn't about like the story. It's about
The adventure.
entertainment, how it makes
Sure,
you feel,
sure.
and it's fun. And like it's not like Breaking Bad, where it's just like you marveled at
Right,
how
right.
every detail,
How everything
piece
moves
But it
back and
wasn't as
forth.
fun
This
as the
isn't-
first
This
one.
is just like look at these kids, be heroes. Look at the other storylines. It's
Right.
like kind of spooky, kind of fun, kind
Sure.
of funny. It's just whatever. It's a nice watch.
But in a movie franchise, I would be able to handle that because you're looking at 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
It's a
whatever.
big investment.
This is a lot of time and a lot of time spent with these characters for not that much.
This could have been like an hour and a half movie. This entire
yeah.
season.
This entire think about what happened. It could have been put into a fucking movie.
I really liked it.
It was good.
I really liked it. I think it's not as novel to us because we've seen the first season. So we're not looking at these
Right. That
characters
always
and these
wears off.
situations and going, whoa, this is crazy. How'd someone think of this? We know how somebody thought of it. We know what it is. We know what to expect. But in terms of like entertainment value, there were some great episodes.
Entertaining for sure.
Like, there was, I mean, that episode 8 was incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
That was one of the best episodes of a TV show I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
So, all right, I have a question. Could you guys date a girl that had
Yes.
superpowers?
No.
You thought the question
Date a
was,
girl?
could you date a girl? You thought that was going to be the
I
question,
thought
then
there
it
was
was done?
probably yes.
Could you date a woman? I could do it. I will do it for all of them. I'll step up to the plate. I'll do it. Me.
It would depend on her.
yes.
No. It depend on her superpowers.
No, like 11. Like someone who
Mind
could
reader.
snap you in half.
No.
I couldn't date a mind reader.
She could also wait, she can read minds, yeah? Or
No, not read minds.
Son, we can all read your mind. You wear it on your sleeve.
It's right there,
It's
bro.
all right there.
In my head, you guys don't know shit.
Yeah, but
We know exactly. Why aren't there more fucking Tate's cookies? The fucking cookies. Who ate all the Tate's?
Could I date a woman that moves trucks with her hand? Sure.
Ooh, but she could also discipline you.
Kind of hot.
not
Really?
Not hot.
Nah.
Shout out to Madrid.
Nah. I wouldn't. Mind reader, no. Would the girl that the powers that 8 had? No. Fuck that.
Hell no, fuck that
That's
shit.
mad. That's
8
mad
never came
trickery.
back, so that was all bullshit.
That was stupid.
That was
What
all
a waste.
bullshit.
She'll be back next season.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
setup
but-
for the next season, and I'm sure there'll be another one that's not. There'll be a 7.
There's
There'll
gonna be a 7,
6.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
by season 10, there's gonna be a 1.
Okay, so you couldn't do it. You couldn't date someone with 11's powers.
I think I could.
Someone that could beat you up. Someone that could just snap your neck if they wanted. Someone could throw you against a wall.
Yeah, trust. It's all about trust. I got yes. I'm gonna roll with that. I'm gonna stick with that.
You could do that. Okay, Jack.
Nah. No, I can't do that.
You need to be able to beat your girl up.
No, I'm not saying that, but look, chick sneezes, I accidentally shit my pants because of some accident on her hand. I'm not gonna roll with that shit. That's
Okay.
too much.
Marco?
There's too much accident possibilities that happen.
The
there.
risk is too
I
high.
don't
Yeah.
need that. I don't need that stress in my life. Could you imagine the conversations you'd have with her?
Yeah.
Look,
Like, think about how indecisive they are when it comes to like ordering food. Like they're gonna be like, should I use my powers? Should I not?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
should
yeah.
I? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
should
yeah.
I use them for good? Should I save people full time? Like, listen, I don't know. Right?
So
Like, you don't want to have that
the
conversation.
indecisiveness is
Yeah.
what would bother you.
The most on how to use their powers. I don't want to be part of that conversation.
Okay.
Yo, chicks already
Could I
have
date a
superpowers.
girl? Okay. Could I date a girl
With
with
11's powers.
11's powers? I would like to believe I could.
Yeah.
I would like to believe that there wouldn't be an issue at all or anything like that. But no, I kind of like being the one who protects my girl.
That's
and,
fine.
Yeah, and it would just feel emasculating, I think, to have her protecting me, saving me all the time, and just
I mean, how often is she gonna
That's a
use
good
those
point,
powers?
son. If I'm with her, I'm talking all the shit.
At the club.
What say what?
I'm talking all the shit at the club.
And that's another thing. It's like if a guy comes up to you, why don't you move him off?
Yeah,
you?
but
You know
that's
what I mean?
whack,
Like,
though.
say what?
That's like whack. Like
What you mean?
like that. Like you're gonna talk mad shit because your girl has powers.
Yeah.
Why are you taking this so seriously?
No, we gotta take it seriously.
take it literally.
No, for real. Like, no, this is a
That's
good
too
point.
serious.
You say if my girl can just move people, snap people's necks, all that
You're
shit.
gonna talk shit.
Hell
That's
yeah.
corny.
And
That's
you know what
corny.
I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say this. I'm like, yo, let me pretend like I got the power. So
That's what I
I'll
was
put my
gonna
hand
say,
like
yeah.
that, and then
But
you,
you really
lift
want
them
to-
up.
That's corny. That's corny.
Fam,
Yeah.
That's corny.
are we not a unit? You know what I mean? Are we? What's mine is yours. What's yours is mine.
hear
So let
ya.
me get some powers. That's no.
He makes a
honestly,
point.
that's the one situation where I could see it happening.
She's got to be cool with allowing it to appear to be that.
Exactly. Like,
did some
so
shit.
I go like this, and don't hesitate and make me hang out there like a little punk. You know what I mean? Like I want. Yeah.
Guy's like, what the fuck you doing, bro? You got a problem?
Let's go. Yeah,
You have a problem? And then she's like, all of a sudden the guy's like,
there we go. Thank you, on say.
Imagine not carrying like the cases of water down the street. That'd be nice.
imagine
What?
cooking. imagine
Now Haney's on board.
imagine cooking. She's sitting watching TV. Meanwhile, her mind is cooking all the shit in the kitchen.
Yeah, can she do that? How much blood can she lose?
That's true.
I mean, these are all questions that we
She's
we
more
have
powerful though.
to ask. But it might be a weird thing. I don't know. Could you? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could.
Should we do our petushes? Go around a circle and
How many petitions?
how many petushes?
Yes.
For the season.
All
Per
right.
season.
This season, so season 1, I would give a 9.
Season 2.
Season 2,
yeah.
I'm just comparing. For me, season 2, 7.5 petushes.
I would say it's a high score, so I'm gonna say like 6-8. It was good. It was entertaining.
What would you give season 1, just to put in context?
Like a 8-1.
Like an 8-1, and this is a
8-0.
6-8.
And this is 6-8. It's a full step down.
Okay, I'd give season 1 like 8 petushes. I'd give this like 7.6 petushes. Like I didn't
You
feel
just
like
think
it
it's a
was that
little bit less.
much. I think it was just a little bit less. Yeah.
I give saying Patush seriously, like not even
Yeah.
putting
I
any
can't even
emphasis
say-
on
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Say
yeah.
one. Give
The
me one Patush. Give me one Patush. So I gave season 1 9 Patushes, and I'll give this 8.5.
Wow, that
I
close?
liked it.
Yeah.
I liked
That
it. It was
close.
fun. It met my expectation. I like it. I don't mind the when shows repeat themselves because that's what, in a lot of ways, that's what I'm watching for. I like the world. Just recreate the world. I understand that maybe there's a lack of creativity, but for me, it was fun. And I didn't really care that much about the bad guy in the first one, so I didn't care much about the bad guy in this one. I just like those moments where I get a little emotional. Yeah. Like, I like the kids growing up and, like, being brave and doing these things. And so, yeah, I give it 8.5
what was the thing that got, like, real kind of touching?
Well, you got
the
goosebumps.
No, the Hopper on the ride to the lab, the Hopper 11 conversation where he just, like, lets out his demons.
Yeah,
and
that
just,
was
like,
good.
And then there was one
He
more.
humanizes the shit out of him.
There was another one. There was one, I think, between 11 and Mike.
That gave you goosebumps.
I think it just.
The dance thing when they were like,
yeah.
I don't know how to dance.
He goes,
And he was like, neither do I. You want to learn together?
And
Yeah.
Schultz had an audible.
Yo, Schultz got real.
I did say,
fucking weird.
I got ripe, bro. I
got
got
real
warm.
weird.
I got warm. I let out one of
real
Jack's farts. Yo, Jack was farting the cutest little farts.
Hey, listen. What can I say? I'm cute farter, bro.
Millennial farts.
Yo,
Millennial.
very millennial fart. Don't hit me, Dad. Like that. That's what the farts were saying, bro. It was. You were 6'6". Those farts were about Peter Dinklage's size.
Bro, you don't even know. Don't even get me started with my
All
farts.
right, I'm just saying, you got cute little farts.
Anything else? Guys, we fucking made it through.
I mean, it was a legendary experience. I hope everybody that listened really liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed.
A full 12 hours since we started.
There we go.
We did it in 12 hours.
There we go. It's not bad. I think we should be proud of ourselves. And everybody who listened, thank you guys so much. Please subscribe to Westerbros. We got some other shows coming up and movies. I think we're going to do Thor, Black Panther.
Ragnarok's next week.
Oh, is it that quick?
Comes out next Friday.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
we're going next Friday.
We got to do that. And then we're going to do
Yo,
Star
is
Wars.
Thor good?
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yo,
it's gonna be
I
good.
fucks with Thor.
Thor.
No, it's going to be great. It's
That's
going to
the type of
be.
shit I don't like, but I'm down.
No,
to
it's going to
make
be
fun of it.
good.
I fuck with Thor. So yeah, man. So keep fucking with us. Tell your friends if you think they'd like it. Spread the word. That's how. That's really the most effective way to grow these podcasts. So if you can, please spread the word. Like the iTunes, Spotify, all that stuff. Leave comments. That means a lot. And thank you guys so much for listening. I really appreciate it. Any last notes from you guys?
Hope you guys liked it. It was a long day.
Long day, but we did it. Marco, anything?
I have
Marco's
nothing.
got
I have nothing.
He
to
always
There's
has
nothing
nothing.
to offer. Nothing
Ever.
to add.
And anything except food orders.
He's still thinking about the question he should have asked Riser.
Killed the food order though. Shout out
Killed
to
the food
Parm.
order.
That was brilliant. That was well done. Okay, guys.
Shout
This
out
has
to
been
Parm.
Westerbros. Thank you so much. Bye.